Welcome to Deaf and Dumb. I'm Dan.
And I'm Dudley.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. Deaf and Dumb.
Deaf and Dumb.
Dan and Dud.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That's who we are.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'll check it now.
that's good.
I
Yeah,
feel good.
that's why we're
Starting a little later today.
doing this now.
Hey, you know what? We got the week off. It's
I've been
fine.
ready for like three hours.
I was asleep for half an hour and a half. I text you. I'm like,
good.
yeah, I just gotta get my notes and I'll be ready. And
I know,
then
and I was
an hour
like-
and a half later. Oh crap!
Like 2 hours later, I'm like, where are you?
It
What
was
you
an hour
doing?
and a half. I looked.
It was fine. I was just playing Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
I'm
good.
30, probably 33, 34-ish hours into
Yeah.
Because I was at, when I started today, I was at 30-something hours, but I played for like 4 hours today.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Still liking it?
Oh, yeah, it's so great. There's stuff I forgot about, and there's also new stuff, but I was getting really frustrated. And this is, I was fighting a boss that I could not beat.
Yeah.
And this is, the same boss I had trouble with last time I played it. And it's not a hard boss.
Yeah.
It's not like a complicated, complex boss. He has pretty, like, obvious and standard moves that he does.
You don't.
He's
You
fast.
just don't know how to groove with it.
Yeah, he's fast, and it's called the Traitor Lord, and it's like this mantis thing. Traitor, like
As in-
a traitor.
As in E2 Brute?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, and it's this big mantis thing, and I don't know why I have so much trouble with this boss. I had trouble the first time I played it, and in fact, here's even the other kicker: is if you go through some quest lines, you have help fighting it.
And you still can't do it.
I still couldn't do it. It took me like a dozen tries to finally. In fact, when you beat it, you get like a little cinematic moment. I got to the point where that started, and then I died. So I gotten all the way through it, and then I died. So I pretty much had it done. Then I got hit one last time right before it happened. So as I was dying, the last little bit that was going on, that was the end of the fight, and I was like, and it took me another 4 tries or so. Yeah, I was right there, and it took me another 4 tries to finally beat it. I was getting really frustrated, but it's so great. It's such a great game.
Yeah.
I've been doing something I didn't do paying that much attention to the first time I was playing it.
Yeah.
There's this guy, or I say guy, I don't know, creature. All of them are creatures and bugs and
Insert
weird.
non-gender conforming.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's this predator, is I think what he's called. And he really early in the game, he's like, he gives it his journal, and he's like, hunt everything basically, and it keeps a list of all the creatures that you encounter and you kill.
Okay.
And it also, like, if you kill so many of them, you get a little tidbit about them, or his opinion about them.
So it's the codec.
Yeah, it's like
Pokédex.
it's a Pokédex type thing of
For
murdering bugs in Hollow
Today
Knight.
I stomped a worm.
Yeah, no, they're worms and spiders and dung beetles and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Icky.
Yeah, and so you can scroll through it, and stuff you've encountered will be on there, but if you kill certain ones, you need to kill so many of them before you get his little blurb about them.
Okay.
Like, you get a basic thing, and then you get like his thoughts on the creature.
Okay.
And so I've been going through trying to get all of them. So I've been hunting. I've been running around going, okay, I know I've seen these. I need to go find some more of them, or go back to the area where they were and find some more and kill them.
Yeah.
And so I'm what happened was I was back in the area where he lives, and I went by. I was like, I wonder if he does anything else if you come back and talk to him. And he's like, you're really close to finishing. You should, get hunting. And I'm like, okay. And so I've been doing that a lot and kind of visiting areas just to kill things.
So
And I don't know what happened when you
get a book filled with entries.
I guess, but
Completed.
I think he does something else. I don't know what. Maybe he
Yeah.
gives me something. I don't know. But there's some kind of reward. It might be I have to fight him. I don't know. You never know.
With everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you finished my book. I guess I'll kill you now.
Exactly. And maybe it's like one of the things where you are as dangerous as I. Maybe, now we have to fight to see. I don't know. I have no idea.
You know too much.
Yeah, and so I've been doing that to find out what happens when you finish that, and so that's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I finally beat the traitor, I started hitting some other areas and going back, retracing
the Lord
some
of Traitors.
Yeah, I remembered this little thing. I got a piece of a thing, and I'm like, I need this other thing, like a piece of it. It's like two halves of a thing.
Very
and
detailed.
I know.
A thing. And a
I
piece.
couldn't remember, and I went there looking, and I started doing a bunch of like other things, and I'm trying not to give away everything, but they're like
very, very important.
it's another collectible thing I was doing, which unlocked another area called the White Palace.
Okay.
And it's basically a whole little section of the game where you're going through this palace is what it called. That has.
Was it white?
Yeah, it's white. And it's basically a huge platforming.
The Casablanca.
Yes, the Casablanca. It's just the whole area is just a platformer area zone. It's just literally like three or four different obstacle courses with like blades and saws and spikes that come out of the wall, and you have to get through it using all your maneuvering abilities that you've gained through the game.
So this is the Last Crusade.
Yes, it is the Last Crusade.
Yeah. You're Indy having to read the book of worms.
Yeah.
To figure out how to get
it's
through.
Indiana Jones and in the White Palace.
Yeah.
At the Casablanca.
Indiana Jones at the Casablanca.
Yes.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, and so it's really hard.
Yeah.
Because there are some areas I breeze right through, but it's designed to, you're going to get hurt because every time you mess up, you get hurt.
Yeah.
And eventually you die, and you have to start all the way over at the beginning of that whole section. And then there's one part where you can, like, you go through a whole section, and then you unlock a shortcut, so you don't have to go through that part again, but then you're still redoing a whole section at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of repetition. A lot of, like, I've been through this area a dozen times, and there are some areas that are easy, and I'm like, I get through it, but by the time I'm frustrated from dying so many times that I'm coming back through, that I keep messing up on the little things. And it's... I thought I was getting a little annoyed, but then I got it. I got through it. I think they changed some things. There were little things about it that I don't remember being there. There were like these little dudes flying around in it that I don't remember seeing there before. Maybe they were, but my memory, I just don't remember it being there. I think they might have tweaked it. But it's really cool, and it's a lot of fun. It's like this, fun little platform. Because the game had a lot of platforming elements. Like, a lot of the puzzles, a lot of little hidden collectible things require you doing some maneuvering. Because you have all these different abilities, like the double jump and a kind of a dash and all these things. And you have to use them in combination to achieve these different things. Yeah. But it's great.
As
I
always,
love it.
Daniel's very detailed in his wording and phrasings. And his things, and
I did the things to get the things, and I literally just before we were about to do the show, I finished it. I got the thing that I was there to get, the piece of the thing. Yes,
something.
Yeah, it was important. It's very important.
Very important.
If I remember correctly,
spoiler review by having no details.
Well, I'm pretty. If I remember correctly, it's a thing I need. I definitely need to get the real ending of the game.
Oh, okay.
Or the final ending or whatever.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So I'm doing that. I've done that. Yeah.
Good.
Now, and then I'm thinking of I'm going back into a Coliseum. There's a whole Coliseum thing. So I'm going to go back there. I think I still have some stuff to do there. Okay. I still have some other things to fight.
That's nice.
It's just good.
Moving on.
You don't care.
But it's such a good
game. You need to play it. You were about to buy it. I know, but you were about to buy it.
I was considering it, but
you were
I'm not going to
about
buy
it, and you didn't do it.
I'm not going to buy it.
Why aren't you doing it?
I'm just going to play your PC version.
That's good. You could play that. You could do that.
I'll probably do that.
Yeah, that's fine. You should.
Since
either way,
week,
you should.
I'll probably
try
to play it.
Yeah, whatever you do, just play it.
Yeah.
I don't care how you play it. Just play it.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you say so.
I do.
With all the things. And the pieces. Very detailed.
Yeah. And you will understand once you play. There's
Probably
a lot
not,
of listeners
'cause
right now.
I've blanked out most of what you said, so I probably won't.
There's at least
there you go.
couple
That's
of
the thing.
There's a couple of listeners who are nodding along, going, "Yep, I know exactly what he's talking about."
Mm-hmm. And
that's for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The people you didn't need to tell about it.
That's fair.
Okay.
We played it from board games.
Yes,
this week?
we had game night with Gary.
Yes, we did.
And we invited our buddy Ricky along.
Yeah, our good friend Ricky.
And
he's been on the show.
Yes, he has.
Mm-hmm.
And we played Root.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
which we haven't
game
played in a
of
while.
Woodland Might and Right.
Yes, and it is delightful.
It is such a great game. I played the Vagabonds, which I had never played before.
Yeah.
And I did poorly.
Yes.
Because I think I picked a weird... I picked the possum. Because with the Vagabond, there's different character cards.
Possum?
It's a possum.
The opossum.
The Apostle Possum.
The opossum.
You can play different characters because as the Vagabond, you're just one character. You're not an army like a lot of the other ones. You're just a character.
You slip into places.
You're just like this rogue like character that just kind of slips around. And I picked the possum because the possum looked funny. Yeah, I didn't really, and I pretty much never used his ability, which I think was a bad thing. I should have been doing that more. So I never played it, and I really didn't understand what I was supposed to be doing for half the game, and then I kind of picked it up, and then it was done.
You should be going around causing a little bit of trouble.
I was just kind of sneaking around getting stuff rather than like causing problem, instigating. I guess
which is because you were friendly with everybody all the way to the end. Like, you never
nobody
you never stamped anybody the entire game, and it might have helped you. Maybe.
Might have. I think I would have benefited.
But I played Eerie.
Yes, the bird.
The birds.
The royal birds.
I had not played them before.
Yeah. What'd you think of them?
I liked them.
They are cool.
They're not complicated.
No.
They seem a little. Once you get used to it, it's pretty. But
they're an engine,
game,
is what they are. You build your little order of actions, and you do them every time, and you just keep adding to it. So there's no guessing what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, and a lot of your time is spent. Okay, if I add this one card to my creed that I have to do every round. Is it gonna fuck me later?
Yeah.
And then you're always having going. Okay, this is what I have to do. Can I look at the board? Okay, I can add this card, and then it'll let me do this round. But I gotta make sure when I add this card that I put myself in a position that I can do it again next round.
Yeah.
And then the next round, and the next round, and the next round until
it breaks.
Until it breaks, and when it breaks, it's not good.
No.
And I think I did good. I only turmoiled once.
You did well.
Which is what happens when you mess up.
Yeah.
And when you can't do your creed.
Yeah.
And
it's decree. It's a decree.
A decree?
Yeah, a decree.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a
it's not
band.
No, it's not a
that
creed.
sings a song about other things.
It's a decree.
Decree. Yeah, and I only turmoiled once, and it didn't cost me much. In fact, I only net lost 1 point because of what I gained in the process. And then it kind of set me back a little bit, but then I started kind of getting going again. But I came in second, so I did pretty good. Actually, I thought I was going to win, but Gary's brother inched out a few points right there at the end. But it was good. He played the Woodland Alliance.
Yeah.
Ricky played the cats.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're called.
I don't know what they're called. I just call them the cats.
The cats, but
the cat
they're
peeps.
they're the staple, the ruling.
Yeah, they're like the in power faction.
Yeah, and he did well.
Yes, he did. He's never played.
He never
before.
played before.
Yeah.
And it went fine. But it was a good game because. I'm sorry, my hearing aids just cut out. I can hardly hear anything right now.
Okay.
So I'm trying to fix that now.
I was like, what, do you got a call to...
No, I don't. I couldn't hear. So I think it just came back in. But anyway, it was fun. I think Ricky enjoyed it, and we're gonna try to do it again with our buddy Trey.
Yeah.
And his wife and but we did it didn't.
Yeah, we went over there to play last night.
Yeah.
And I brought it along to show it to him, but I kind of figured I wasn't gonna have time to play it. With him.
But before we move on from Root, there's a new expansion coming.
Yes, I'm really excited
because we have the expansion for the otters and the lizard cult.
Yes,
which Gary played.
Yes,
didn't go very well for him.
I love the lizard cultists.
I think we've all learned too much from the lizard cult playing them that we didn't mess with them.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
it was a very passive game. It was not aggressive.
No, not really. But it was fun. We didn't finish it. We had to kind of cut it off because we were running out of time.
We were like a turn away from finished. It was pretty set who was going to win.
But the new expansion was coming to Kickstarter March 14th, so this week.
Yeah.
So it's called the Underworld expansion.
Yeah.
It has some mole people.
The mole people.
Mole people.
Yes.
I don't know what their name are, but it's some kind of mole underground creatures.
Yeah.
And then there are another bird group.
Yeah, it's like
the small birds.
Yeah. It's like because the Eerie is like this regal like Eagles, bird of prey type thing. All eagles and like very and these are like the crows and the small like not bird of prey, the carrion birds or something like that.
And that they apparently add some new. I'm
really excited to see what the mechanics are.
Also with the Kickstarter, I believe they had because they've updated the rules of the game.
Yes.
And I believe you can get updated boards. And stuff
because they
well.
did some balancing.
Yeah. They nerfed a few things and shifted some points. I didn't notice it too much because it didn't affect me very much.
No, yours didn't change.
I know
it only changed one thing for the Vagabond. It changed the Woodland Alliance, and apparently they shifted a lot of stuff for the Lizard Cultist. They just did a lot of balancing.
Yeah.
That should kind of even things out a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not a lot of major change, but you can find them online.
Mm-hmm. And it was fun. It's a good game.
It is a really great game. We said it was the best board game last year.
Yeah, and so far it's pretty good this year too.
It's still good this year.
The question is, are we going to back the Kickstarter?
I will.
You will?
Yeah, I will.
Good. Now I don't have to spend money.
That's a done deal. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I want the updated boards, and also I just want the stuff. I want it. I don't know. Now the question is, am I going to be able to get it all in one box? I don't think so.
Probably not.
It's pretty tight right now with the Riverfolk expansion in it. So but we mentioned going over to the Cartwrights.
The Cartwright
Trey, the third man,
and
his wife,
Brandy,
and
then Ricky also joined us.
And I showed them. I bought yesterday. I picked up a copy of Azul.
Azul, yeah.
The
tile laying.
Yeah, the tile drafting and laying game that we played. We played at PAX. So if you go back and listen to our one of the PAX episodes, you'll hear us talking about it. It's such a pretty game.
Yeah,
and I like it because it's really simple. It's very simple. You pick the pile of tiles you want and find places for them and try to get the points you need.
Yeah,
and I think it's something I think our parents would enjoy. So that's part of the reason I bought it. And we always need more games.
Yeah, of course. Always.
It's pretty, and you get all the tiles.
It's got good textiles.
Yeah, it's got these resin tiles.
Yeah, they feel good in your hand.
They feel good in your hand. Yes.
You
got a good hand feel.
You got a nice clink.
Yeah, you got a bag of
bag and clinky.
Let's not do this.
No, we don't want.
That's weird.
No good motion. Got it.
So,
bad for camera, right?
Yes, that's for the YouTubers. Just for you.
Yeah. They might enjoy it.
It
might change the rating on our episode, though.
Yeah, so I picked up that, and I brought it along. I thought maybe we would play it if we wanted to do a 4-player game.
Well, it was only a 4-player game.
It's only 4-player, and there was 5 of us, so I showed it to them, and they got to look at it, and that was about it.
But we played some new games they had.
Yes.
The first one we played was called Raptor. which you enjoyed thoroughly.
I have mixed feelings about it. But I came up with the best description for this game.
Oh, really?
It is, in Jurassic Park, the scene where the guy's like about to shoot the raptor, and then the raptor comes out of him, and he's like, "Clever girl."
Yeah.
That's that game. That's this whole game. It's just that scene.
That's the clever girl.
The clever girl scene. Yeah. It's clever girl, the board game. Mm-hmm. It's, yeah.
So the whole game it's actually a 2-player game, but we played in teams. Mm-hmm. So it was me and Brandy playing the Raptors, and Daniel and Ricky were playing the scientists.
Yes.
Who are trying to capture the raptor babies.
Yes.
And the mother raptor is trying to protect the raptor babies.
Yes.
And so it's on this tile laid out board. There's like 6 tiles, and they have circles on them, a grid of 9.
Like spaces, yeah.
So you randomly lay them out, and they put random obstructions on the board, and you basically you draw cards, and it's kind of a war type card game where you play the biggest card gets.
Well, not necessarily. You don't want to always play the biggest card.
Yeah, you don't always. But
yeah, each side has a card range 1 to 9.
Yeah,
and it's basically
there are 9 of them.
Yeah, and each card also has an ability with it.
Yeah,
and so each player plays down a card, and whoever has the lower number gets to use the ability on the card, while the higher number gets the number of actions that is their number minus the lower number.
Yeah.
So if you play a 5 and the other player plays a 2, the 2 player gets to use the ability on the card while the other player gets 3 actions.
Yes.
It's a little weird. It's a little hard to wrap your head around how it works, because as you're playing cards, you want to think about what the ability does, but at the same time you're trying to play off what what you think they're gonna play.
Yeah.
And as you go through your deck, you can see what they've played, and they know what you've played, and there's a lot of second guessing.
Yeah, you're a bit of a strategy where you're trying to figure out, what they have in their hands, and go, okay, they probably gonna play this card in this situation, and then there's the grid on the board is, you can move. They have start out with 4 scientists. And then the raptors are all on the board, and the raptors can move the mama raptor can move as far as they want in one direction. Raptor mama. They can move as far as the line of sight, basically.
Yeah.
But if that causes 1, and all the signs can move around 1, and then everything costs an action.
Yeah.
And so you're moving about, but what makes it interesting is some of the abilities. That kind of shifts the power play, I guess.
Yeah, the ability. Well, the thing that annoyed me, it was going a pretty balanced game. It's kind of it's very chess-like. It's a strategy. It's moving pieces around. But at the same time, it's a guessing game, because you're trying to guess what the other player is going to play so that you can do what you want. And a lot of times you end up playing a card thinking they're going to do something, or you think, I'm going to try to get some actions now. Well, then they play a higher card. You don't get actions. You get to do the ability that you may not need to use. Yeah. There's a lot of kind of back and forth. And I was a little frustrated at the end, because it felt to me, just off the one playthrough, that the Mama Raptor is entirely too powerful.
But which is funny you say that, because they were talking about they hadn't figured out. Trey and Brandy were saying they hadn't figured out how to win with the Raptor.
But they were playing wrong.
It turns out they were playing it wrong.
Yeah, it turns out they were basically the humans can only do 1 aggressive action, so they can only trank something once. They can only capture something once. They can't double up. So they can't. If you get 5 actions, you can't just sit there and shoot the Raptor over and over again.
Yeah,
with the train.
And kill them really quick.
Yeah. So that would swing it completely the other way, but that we were playing it correctly, and I kind of found that the Raptor's big ability, which basically you take the Mama Raptor off the board, and then come back in wherever after I've done my actions.
Yeah.
Which is a cool ability by itself. I think that would be really powerful.
Yeah.
But on top of that, after you do that, you then get to look at whatever card I'm going to play next. Yeah. Which gives you a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Because then you can just play. You get to basically take your stuff off the board and then jump wherever you want, and then basically get to do what you want the next round.
Well, not necessarily, because you're still hampered by what cards you have in your hand. And really, we were just using it in a very clever way. And and looked. We knew what cards we had in our hands, so we're like, okay, if we do this now, we're likely to have good standing where we can play a really good card. Next time, if we know what you have, we can really play it well. And so we just utilized it in a very
and all of
proper
that's
way.
Fine, but I kind of wish there was, I had one card that... Because none of the stuff I have, other than the actions I could take, which half the time you don't even get to do actions, you only get the one ability on the card, none of the abilities I have affect the Mama Raptor. They only affect, the baby raptors on helping you capture them and maneuver around them.
There's the gas you can use to trank them.
It does not work on the Mama Raptor.
Oh.
It only works on baby raptors.
I didn't know that.
That's the way the descriptions are written. So, I thought, we could do that. But no, it's only on the baby raptors. So, there's nothing I have that affects the baby raptor, unless I missed something. But
I think you lost, and therefore you don't like the game.
I was getting a little annoyed about it before I lost.
At the end of the
and
game.
we were technically winning while I was
You
getting
were,
annoyed.
and you were annoyed, and I was like, I think you're gonna win. You're mad. And you're mad.
I'm just gonna say I'm not a fan of it. I would be willing to give it another try, but I'm not sure I'd care for it.
I liked it.
It was okay,
but I might be biased.
I think the board is the actual game piece materials. I was kind of
the pieces could have been better.
The tiles are fine. The little mountain pieces that you block line of sight, because that's really important, were pretty cool. But the little miniatures, I didn't care for the quality of them.
I think they could have made it bigger. Made the grid of the tiles bigger. And
I think they could have made the little miniatures for the baby raptors and the humans a little bigger.
Yeah, and I think the reason they kept them that size is because the humans and the baby raptors they're trying to keep them proportioned to each other, but then also have room to lay them over, because there's a whole mechanic of fearing and causing fear with the scientists, so they lay down. They get scared, so they lay down, and they're like, "Oh, I'm afraid."
Yeah,
but
the artwork was fun. It was kind of all over. Ricky pointed out that it was kind of all over the place. You had some stuff in different time periods. It kind of looked like, a lot of the characters looked like kind of like late 1700s type, or late 1800s type thing, but there were Vietnam era helicopters also. So it was kind of a weird eclectic art stuff.
Oh yeah, because you have jeeps.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Cards.
It's kind of strange looking, but I like that, and that was kind of fun. But I kind of just looking at some of the pieces. I was a little less enthused. I would have wanted a little better quality, because it's not that much to the game.
No,
it seems like they could have.
I think it's a decent 2-player game.
Yeah,
and maybe with a little bit of tweaking, they could maybe fix a few of the rules. Yeah. Maybe some of your complaints could be addressed.
Maybe,
I have no problem with the game.
I would be willing to play it again.
Okay,
but I'm not about to go shout how great it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best game in the world. Yeah. But it was a fun game.
Yeah,
I had fun playing.
It was fun.
If you want to be a raptor.
Mm-hmm. I think that's really the selling point, is for people who are dinosaur enthusiasts. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we played another game,
which I really liked. Huh? I really liked the next game.
Yeah. I lost my hearing aids again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We played another game called Kingdomino.
Kingdomino. So it was like a play on Kingdom, except Kingdomino.
Yeah, Kingdomino.
Yeah. I really liked it.
I lost.
You
terribly.
lost really badly.
You
were
last
badly.
Place. Because I just could not. Well, okay. So I couldn't synergize. Well, the whole thing is you are building a kingdom, and you have your little castle on one tile, and then you're placing tiles around it to create your kingdom. And there's different. It's like 2 tile. It's like a 2x1 tile, little biomes, and they have water or a wheat field, which we thought were deserts.
It was like a dominoes type shaped tile, and so half one side might be one thing, one side might be another thing, or it may be the same. And so you're placing them down, but there are rules on how you place. Mm-hmm. They have to either be next to the castle, which is wild card, or they have to be, one of the sides have to be next to a matching side, and you just build up a grid of your kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And you at the end of the game, you score points by how many
crown pieces
Yeah,
that
how
are
many
on the board,
each-
on the
yeah,
tokens, or whatever you call them.
Yeah, each biome has its own, like, you get one for each square times how many crowns are in there. So if you don't get any crown pieces that go into that, you don't get any point. So you're trying to get at least a crown in each biome, and hopefully more of them, because it's like, if you have 2 crowns, it's 2 times the number of square. Yeah. And so it's really cool. It's really simple. There's this kind of cool turn order thing where you lay out the tiles for this turn, and then each player, you decide who goes first, and each player picks the tile they want to play, and then if they pick the higher, more valuable tile, they have to go later, and then that determines who gets to pick next round.
Yeah.
So it's, as you're playing, you're picking the next dominoes on the next row, and it cycles through.
I kept ending up last somehow, but I wouldn't end up with the tile I wanted. I kept ending up with like tiles that
Just
were like
mediocre tiles.
and then I was like putting them on my board, and I was like, I'm not getting any points, and I'm just like trying to make it work, and I just had a really crappy start on it, and then I just could never catch up.
I did pretty well. I came in second. Trey beat us all.
Yeah, Trey beat the crap out of us.
Yeah, he did really well. But I really like it. It's really pretty. I like the art. It's very bright and colorful. It took us a second to figure out what...
We thought they were deserts.
We thought it was a desert. I thought it looked like a sea of orange juice, to be honest. It was very yellow.
Orange juice is orange, Daniel.
Yeah, but when you had that much of it, I think it would skew yellow.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah, and it had a bird flying over it, so you think, oh, it's a desert.
Yeah.
A desert, and they're saying, it was like, okay. No, and then we realized, oh, no, wait, some of them have scarecrows on it. It's a field of wheat.
Yeah, or windmills.
Field. Yeah.
It was a giant wheat field.
Yeah, and...
especially since it was one of the more common tiles types, so it seemed like it should have been on
a desert planet.
Yeah.
Had to make do.
But it's really bright and colorful. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I would like to play it some more.
It was fun.
It's a cute game, and it's real simple, quick. We
played like 30 minutes.
Less than 20 minutes. No.
And probably 30 minutes because we were talking.
Yeah. As we do.
But I do recommend it. I'd like to play it
I would highly recommend it. If you want a quick and easy, tile laying game.
It plays 4 players.
Plays 4, yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 4. And the difference from the players is how big the... Because you get extra points if you make a perfect square. And then and because you can only build out so far, like it's a 4-player game is a 5x5 square. If you make a perfect square, you get points, and then if your castle is in dead center, you get points.
Yeah.
So little bonuses. Pretty. And I guess it was pretty easy because all of us did it.
I think we were all really fixated on getting those points. I think that
and because of that, all of us negated everyone's points. It was 15 points that we all got.
Yeah.
Which I guess that. I was thinking, I only got 23 points. I guess technically I got 38 because I didn't add the 15 points into
This is true.
So I guess I did better, but still 20 points less than everyone else. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. But it was good. It's a fun game.
It is a good game. I liked it.
And then you left us.
Yeah, I had to go hang out with my lady friend.
That's admirable. Admirable.
Admirable.
Yeah.
There's an bowl at the end of it.
Admire. You're an admiral.
Admire able.
Admiral.
Admirable.
Good job, Admiral.
Okay.
We played, after you left, he brought out Santorini.
I like Santorini.
Santorini's good. We talked about it on the show. It's been a while.
Yes.
But it's a game based on the Greek or Italy. Is it Greek? Greek.
I believe it's Greek.
City, Santorini, island city. So you have this island board, which is raised up really unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And it's got a grid. And
you're placing building pieces.
Yeah, and you're placing big building pieces. And there's this whole process where you have 2 dudes. Each side has 2 dudes, and you're moving them around. And you can move and build. That's the basic of the game. You move a piece, you build a piece. And then the base level is just you build these towers that are 3 towers high.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to get to the top of it. And the first person to get to a top of a 3 tower wins.
Yeah.
But you can also put a cap on the top of it, so a little blue cap. That caps
little
off.
dome.
So, a little dome, so you can't go on top of it.
Yeah.
So the whole game is a strategy thing where you're maneuvering and placing pieces and building and then trying to move around to where you can get to the third level.
Yeah.
Trey and Ricky played the first game because Ricky had never played to show them how to play, and they went through it with just the basic rules.
Yeah.
And then, after they did that, they got comfortable with it, he brought out the character cards, which you get different Greek gods, and they all have different...
I haven't played that.
You haven't played it with that?
I don't think so. I didn't remember that.
There's 2 different sets of them, and each one has a different ability.
Okay.
And so the first one me and Ricky played, I can't remember the names, but I played one that I could build before and after my move as long as I don't move up.
Okay.
So one of the movements, you can move up one level. Well, as long as I didn't move up, I could build before and after.
Okay.
And so I was building a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And then Ricky had, I can't remember what the first one was because he never really used it because I was building so much and I beat him. I won pretty quick. And then the second one, we kept the same character and we played again. And he was getting a better grip of it, and I can't remember what the character he was playing though. But it had an ability. Mm-hmm. I don't think it came into play much the second game. And then the third game we did another one just to change it up, and he had the Minotaur. No, not the Minotaur. It's similar to Minotaur. The Minotaur would like push.
A centaur?
No. The Minotaur would, push
mermaid.
you off a space, where this one you could swap. So, like, if a person is next to, one of the opponents is next to you, you swap places with them.
Okay.
So you could pull them down and move up as part of your move.
Maybe we did play it with that.
I
seem to remember pushing people.
Yeah.
So.
And then my character was Athena, I think.
Okay.
And she could move 2 moves in a movement, say.
Okay.
And as long as she didn't go back, she can only move forward. But it was fun. It was really close on that one. Like we were as I sat there toward the end of it, we had these one corner completely built up and capped off a lot, and I was sitting there going, okay, looking at all the pieces and how to do it, and I was like, I think I can win by just one building. And I beat him just barely because the movement, I was able to just maneuver right to just build it up. I was like, we were both building up a tower that we couldn't stop, but I was one step ahead of him.
Yeah.
So basically the moral is I beat Ricky a lot.
Okay. You feel good about that?
Not really. But we had a good time. It was fun. It's a fun little 2-player game.
Yeah,
I think there's a 4-player variant where you each move a deal, but we didn't do that. But we had fun. Yeah. Good games.
It is a great game. A lot of fun. A lot of fun this week.
A lot of game nights, and I think we're talking about maybe doing another one this week. So we'll probably have some more games to talk about. Board games.
I hope so.
That'd be nice. Well, we got to put something on the show. Any other games you want to talk about?
No, that's everything I
you don't want to spend 10 more minutes talking about Hollow Knight?
I could.
I know, and I don't know why I brought it up. We just move on. Just ignore that.
Uh-huh.
Don't start talking. News.
Yes.
Nintendo has announced a new Labo set.
Yes.
That's the big news this week. There is a VR set.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
It is interesting.
I don't know if we talked about it on the show or we just talked about it out in the real world.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it in the real world.
There was at some point where we talked about how it would be fairly easy to do something like a VR with the Switch because they already do it with phones, and you just put your phone in.
You just need the glass.
You just need the thing to put it. Well, I mean, the phone you don't even need that. You just need it doesn't even have a thing in it. You just
yeah.
And so, I thought, well, they could easily do the same thing with the Switch, and I figured, they might do something like that, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then I didn't even make the connection of what they could do it with the Labo sets, which is. I mean, it's Google Cardboard.
Yeah, and that's basically what it is. It's basically a Google Cardboard for the Switch.
Yeah,
and the base set or the full set is $80.
Yeah,
a little pricey.
Well, I mean, all the Labo sets you're getting a lot of cardboard.
Yeah, you get a box of cardboard. You got
cardboard.
Cardboard. You gotta get all that cardboard.
Okay.
I don't know what accent that is.
I don't know what it is. It sounds like a really butchered something.
It's a hobo accent. He's like, gotta get that cardboard.
A hobo from Boston?
You gotta get that sturdy cardboard. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
I think you've had a stroke.
I probably did. It's the $80 set includes all the 5 designs. There's a blaster rifle, which kind of looks weird because
because it looks like your nose.
The rifle is your nose, which I guess makes sense because
it makes sense because you gotta hold it to your face.
Yeah,
there's no strap or anything.
All of them you have to hold up, and it's got the goggles that goes in, and which is odd, but instead of having a separate rifle, it's mounted to it, so you have to hold it like this.
You're like looking through. Yeah, I don't know. It's really strange.
So it looks like you have a big nose, but that's the blaster rifle thing. Yeah. And then there's some kind of goggle, just regular box goggle that has a pedal to it. So I'm guessing it's some kind of vehicle. You look around and you use your foot to pedal, so you hold it. Yeah, and you hold it.
Is it just one switch, or is it like more than one button?
What do you mean?
Like, does it have 2 pedals?
No, it's just one pedal.
One pedal. Okay.
I don't know if there's more mechanism to it other than it's just like a full press or something, but it looks like it's just a pedal. It's big. It's got a leg thing to it. And then there's the bird butt, as I like to call it.
It's very awkward looking. It's like you took a bird. If you pick up a chicken and you stuck your face into its backside.
So if you want that experience to see the butthole of a bird,
it's
Labo's got you.
I mean, I imagine you're playing the bird.
I hope so.
And you're maneuvering it somehow? Because the wings look like it moves and stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's really strange looking.
It looks like you're sticking your face in the butt of the bird.
Nintendo Labo sets are kind of silly looking. If you're sitting in there like the fishing one, you're sitting there like fighting the fish with a cardboard fishing pole and a string tied to a box. You look kind of silly.
Yeah.
But I think if you take it to the level where you're taking a cardboard bird and sticking it on your face, you've reached a whole new level.
Yeah.
So
pretty good.
It's strange. It looks really strange.
I
hope the game is really good.
I hope so too.
To warrant everyone looking so stupid.
Yeah, everyone else is just like, oh, a bird butt. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, we
the game it's got to be really good. Otherwise, you're not going to want to do it.
Have you played that bird butt? That bird butt's pretty good.
Yeah,
you got to get your face in that butt. But yeah, so there's that. The most interesting one to me is the camera one.
Yeah.
So it's it looks like you're holding a camera and it's got the button and then you got the switch control in the end, so you can twist that.
Adjust focus or
the knob.
Yeah.
I
thought that one looked cool. Yeah.
And then the last one is an elephant thing.
Yeah. It's like you just take an
elephant
head and stick it on your face.
It's an elephant head and you hold it by the trunks.
Again, you're gonna look really silly. I hope it's not like what we think it is. I hope it's not like you're an elephant running around. I hope it's like a masquerade ball. And you're just like attend the ball, and you walk around bowing to people and like, oh yes, who's the elephant? Oh, the mysterious elephant man.
I am confused on the controls because the trunk has both the controllers in it, so you have to hold it by the trunk, and then so it's got some motion control.
Oh,
but
I bet you it's going to be some kind of you're maneuvering the trunk to do stuff.
I assume so.
Inhale water. Spew it water. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. So
a lot of gesturing.
A lot of gesturing and weird stuff going on.
And doing this.
That's exactly.
Put your neck down and you're swinging it back.
Let's go ahead and predict we're gonna look really stupid playing these.
Yes. That's a given.
That's a given.
That was, that's on the box.
Yeah.
You don't want to look dumb?
Yeah.
Stick your face on this bird butt.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like it would be a really funny thing to play for a YouTube video.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we would record the video.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because the screen's attached to your face or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what the games are like. There's nothing showing the game footage yet.
Yeah.
Or at least
it's just literally like and some images is all we've seen.
All we've seen is the people using them.
Yeah.
And they look dumb.
Yeah. It did get a lot of conversation with the camera one. A lot of people, I saw people online talking about the game we were talking about last week, doing a new version of Pokemon Snap with the camera VR, which would be cool. It's not what I want. But it would be cool. I think it would be cool as a VR Pokemon Snap. It's just doing that means you're still on the rails, which is honestly the worst thing about Pokemon Snap. Yeah. I don't want to be on the rails. I want to be set free.
Gotta get off the rail.
Yeah, get off the rail.
Gotta roam free.
Yeah, exactly. But I would be open to it.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
There's a $40 set. Which is the base set, and it comes with the blaster building set. And then the others will come out later as separate. You can buy expansions.
So you can get a $40 starter, and then...
Yeah, if you just want to start. So I'm guessing the better game is the blaster. Maybe not the better game. The more appealing to a master
Probably
audience.
more generic.
Yeah, and some kind of shooting game. Yeah. But they will be coming out in North America on April 12th.
Oh,
so not too far off.
Yeah, not far at all.
So if you, I don't know if we'll get it or not. What do you think?
I don't know.
$80.
I gotta see the gameplay first.
Yeah, that's kind of. You gotta know what you're getting into before you stick your face in the butt.
Yeah.
Of the bird.
I mean, I guess that's good advice no matter...
You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah, no matter what you're doing.
You gotta know what you're getting into. What you're gonna be smelling when you get in there.
Yeah.
Alright.
What else you got?
And so
some
minor news from Death Stranding, the Kojima game.
Yes.
And,
the game that we've seen lots of footage of and still have no idea what's going on.
Which is wonderful and delightful.
Yes. And we still want it. So far, I think the whole game is just you walking around
as Norman Reedus,
babies, carrying things,
carrying
your
baby,
dead bodies. That's the whole game. I think it's just you're a mailman who delivers really strange things.
Yes, and then
doesn't ask questions.
It's Kojima. I will play it.
Yeah, so which is what you want in a postman. Deliver your things.
Kojima asked me to stick
and
my
don't
face
ask questions about it.
If Kojima asked me to stick my face in a bird butt, I'd be like, okay.
So you're saying if
Death Stranding had a VR
bird that you would wear, like an actual bird. No, it wouldn't be a bird. It'd be like a whale carcass. You stick the whole thing on your head.
Yeah,
and it smells really badly, but you would play it.
It's immersive.
It would be. You would be immersed in whale carcass.
Anyway, Death Stranding is apparently slightly off schedule. So there might be some minor delays on the release, which is not a real big deal because they haven't told us when it's going to release. So, okay. We're going to have to wait longer for something
we haven't even announced when it's coming out.
Yeah. Okay. So there's that.
And we knew it was going to take a while.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean... It got sped up a little bit when they weren't going to build a whole new engine for it. Yeah. So, but anyway, there's a new Octopath Traveler game.
Oh, really?
It's coming out on mobile, and it's a prequel to the other game, the former one. It'll be free to play RPG. Set a few years
riddled
before,
with pay to play.
Yeah, probably. Coming out, I think it's only in Japan though.
It sounds like they're just like the people who made Octopath Traveler. Like we sold the game, it did well. How we can generate some more money? Yeah. Let's put out a mobile game.
Well, that's what a lot of them do it.
I see like on the games I play on my phone, I see ads all the time for all these weird Final Fantasy games that look terrible.
Yeah,
but I'm like, they're cashing those checks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dated term. No one uses checks for mobile games.
Not for mobile games.
Cash them checks. I guess run them cards. I don't know. We need to come up with a new idiom for taking people's money.
Yeah. The new PlayStation 4 firmware came out recently.
Oh yeah.
And the interesting thing is it now works with a new app on your iOS devices.
Okay.
So you can remote play on your PlayStation from your iPad or whatever. so you can play your PlayStation through
Your iPad or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
iOS.
Yeah, that's
anything with iOS.
Can you do it from your phone?
I assume so. Yeah. It probably won't be very good.
That's weird.
It is weird.
How does that work?
It has touch controls, and it shows the buttons on the screen. And
it sounds really weird.
And it just plays through the internet, so you're playing your PlayStation, but you're remoting into it with your
It's
iOS.
really strange.
Which has been available for a while as a third-party app that costs $12. But this one is free.
Okay.
So that company.
I guess if you're playing a game
that's
that's
a lot
not
of business.
Yeah. I guess if you're playing a game and you just it's something that you just want to like do little things here and there, it would be really
apparently
great.
It works pretty good for like puzzle games and stuff like that.
Stuff
Where
could
not like anything that requires timing to be precise or anything like shooters or anything. But I could see it being handy for like if you want to set up a screen and then if you have a controller that connects to your iOS device, you can do it that way. Yeah. I could see it being somewhat fun, but it's interesting. There's another game coming out that kind of intrigued me.
Oh yeah,
called The Occupation. Have you heard of it? The Occupation.
Oh, is this the like kind of? Maybe. Tell me what it is, because I think I saw it, but I'm not sure if that's what it is.
I may know what it is, but
if it's
tell me anyway.
But I'm not. I can't remember the exact details. So
I know what it is, but tell me the audience.
Tell the audience. Tell them. I know what you're talking about, but tell them.
It's a game centered around a corrupt government, and you're a journalist.
Yes, this is what I was thinking of. Yeah. It is. I couldn't remember if that's the one, and I really was fuzzy on the details. But I remember seeing it and going, I am intrigued.
It is intriguing to me. The whole game is a timed exploration type game where you're going around this headquarters, kind of snooping around.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to interview a person at some point. There's 3 sections, so you go through each one, and at the end of it, you go into an interview. So you basically kind of gather evidence of corruption
so you know what
whatever.
to ask them?
Huh? So and then you'll kind of, hardball them or whatever. It's like throw the hard questions at them, and then they kind of catch them in a lie or whatever.
Okay.
And so it's like a 10 minutes, so you spend 10 minutes real time, I think, and you're going through and you're trying to gather information, and then you go into an interview. And there are apparently all kinds of different avenues to explore and different options. You're kind of just thrown into it to figure it out. So it's kind of open exploration, but you're also trying to gather dirt on people. Looks really good.
It sounds cool.
The concept is interesting.
Yeah,
and
I hope it delivers on what.
Yeah, and it's apparently pretty wide open. I was reading an article talking about it, and it's pretty interesting. The only downside, it's apparently pretty buggy.
Really?
And it, the guy reviewing it said he didn't have any issues with it, but he has heard some other people having issues with it.
Is it out yet, or is it going?
It is out. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was a game out or if it just got early access to it or something. Or
I think it's out. But I may look into it and see how much it is.
Yeah.
I should have looked at the price
when
I was writing them down. But I'm just intrigued.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll be reviewing that soon.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can get a copy of it. That'd be awesome too.
That would be cool.
A NES game that was lost but also unknown has been discovered. It's there's always those lost games that are rediscovered. We knew about them, but no one had it.
So this is a game no one knew about.
Yes.
But was found.
Well, the people made it. Probably
but at least
the general audience did not know about it.
Because it was, I guess, never released.
It was never released.
Okay.
Is an NES game called UWC. It's a wrestling game.
Okay.
And the guy, it came out because I should have wrote his name down, but he bought it from a former employee who worked for Nintendo and was given a copy to test it for testing it, and that's where it's been for 30 years, and it never came out. But it's been rediscovered, and he bought it, and it's apparently going to put it online somewhere for people to play it and try it out and check it out. But it looks like a little wrestling game. It's like a weird.
Good.
I don't know.
I mean, it seems like it must not be because they didn't release it.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Or they didn't think there was a big
Maybe
enough
that's me being
market for it.
pessimistic. I don't know.
Maybe they didn't realize how big the WWE market is. which at the time it was called something else. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Their name changes in the wrestling world. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not up to date on my wrestling history. I'm sorry, Daniel. But so that's interesting. And
Sure.
a game that it makes me wonder how many games that they made that never got released.
Probably not that many.
Probably not that many.
At least that got far enough to be on a cartridge.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the cartridge didn't look like it didn't have a label or anything on it either.
Yeah,
so.
they had no art or anything.
Yeah. Valve's Artifact
Yes.
is the card game they put out. It like only has like 500 active players right now.
Yeah, I didn't hear any great things about it. I
Well,
know a lot of people were not enthusiastic.
Apparently, the pay-to-play kind of thing just ruined the whole experience.
Yeah.
Like, it cost like hundreds of dollars to get the cards in the game, and it's just like... Which they've kind of rectified, because so many few people are playing it now that they've changed it to where you can buy all the cards for $60, which is a triple... that's a big game. Purchase. A little high. But a lot of fans are wondering if Valve is even going to continue with it, because they were supposed to have this $1 million prize tournament this year.
Oh, really?
They haven't said anything else about it. And the official Twitter account hasn't posted anything since December.
Yeah. It's probably going to be dead.
Or
I mean, if you only have 500 active players online...
Not much
It
revenue.
doesn't seem like there's a big demand for a big tournament.
Yeah, and yeah.
And there's a lot of those games out there, so it's just kind of...
It just seemed like a flop.
Yeah.
And they're wondering if it'll go free to play.
Yeah.
Like some of the other, Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Which started out free to play.
Started out free to play.
Yeah. Seemed like that was a better model.
Yeah.
Because this one you have to pay $20 to get into it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Artifact cost $20 initially.
And then you're going to spend
spend more money if you want the expansions and the cards and all that. Like, originally, back in November when it was out, it cost like $300 to get all the cards. It's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's too much money.
I buy real cards and I'm not spend that much money.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yes, you have.
I'm under $300. Under. I've only bought 2 boxes.
If you are, you're right at it.
I'm under.
You bought 2 boxes, and then how many just packs have you bought? And how many starters do you own?
Not that many.
Yeah, you've spent at least $300.
I don't think I have.
Yes, you have.
We don't have the numbers.
You're in denial.
A man beat Bowser in Mario 64
Woo!
without the joystick.
Oh, well, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, yeah, everyone has. Everyone who played the game beat him 3 times.
A way to be a condescending ass.
It's just like, what? Okay. Yeah, everyone beats Bowser. Otherwise, you didn't finish the game.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty interesting.
How did he do it?
Using certain move sets and stuff, and he went through the one level.
Does he just make Bowser run into him himself? Is that what he does?
He does. Yeah, he basically gets flamed in the butt, shoots over. Bowser comes over. He does a move, and he gets behind him and grabs his tail and hits him in the edge. He does it. It's pretty impressive.
I need to see it.
They never use the joystick, and he even shows him going through a level without doing it. It's like this whole using jump moves that move
you can
them
move,
incrementally, using combinations of jumps
forever.
to move stuff, but then also using taking damage from. I think we lost video.
Yeah, we did.
Right here at the end.
Right here at the end. There went the video.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not going to worry about that, I guess, because we're about to wrap it up anyways. But yeah,
that's impressive.
It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
You know what would be really impressive? For our listeners to go to our website.
Yes.
At deafandumb.com. That's DEAFNDUMB.com. And please like, comment, and subscribe to us. And we're on YouTube, and we,
mostly on
most
YouTube.
of the time until the camera cuts out on us. So please subscribe to us on there, and let us know how we're doing. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May,
and I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.